the daughter of civil rights activist Dr. Stephen Reece Sr. and the late Barbara Reece, who marched for me 50 years ago.
A champion for voting rights.
We're going to bring you people that know about business. We're going to bring you people that know about what's going on in the tech. Put some soul into this whole tech thing that's going on.
She's a fighter for the people.
Welcome, Reverend Al Sharpton, to the show.
Congratulations on your show.
She's authentic.
We're bringing Joe Madison, known as the Black Eagle.
Congratulations on having the show. Nothing is more important than the local programs that engage our communities.
She's a proud HBCU grad. It's time for Alicia Reece's Soul Food, Food for the Soul, on Cincinnati's 24-hour urban gospel connection, Inspiration 1050 AM and 103.1 FM, WGRI.
So we said, give us the rocks. And the rocks is now going to be an international tourism attraction.
For somebody to put some time into it like that, you got to be real. That's a big sacrifice to step out by yourself.
I dedicated 5 years in getting this to go from vision to reality. We needed to have public and private partnerships.
All I saw was a bunch of rocks. I'm like, how you gonna put a Walk of Fame right here?
20 years we've been trying to figure out what to do with that particular lot.
What in the world? Like, it's just rocks, Commissioner Reece.
So I'm like, what, they building or what? She doing what? What is this? What is she doing?
Just listening to Alicia tell me how it's gonna be, I'm like, we can never make this happen.
Commissioner Alicia Reece had her ups and downs during this entire process. She even had to have knee surgery.
God prepared me for this journey, and I didn't even know it a long time ago.
Commissioner Reece told me, go to Kinko's and print off a flyer. And I mean, this is the morning of.
People from all over the world will come here and understand the stories behind our legends and our icons. We created the culture. It came from right here.
All right, we're live. I didn't hear my music. We're back. Alicia Reece, Soul Food, Food for the Soul. Get to the radio. Get to the radio. Everybody who listens to us on 103.1 FM and 1050 AM, I want you to get to the radio. I got a big announcement. At least I think it's really big. Big announcement coming up. Trying to get my mic. There we go. Big announcement coming up in this show that we're going to do. Today we also have an announcement of where we're going to be next week. I mean, this is just amazing. But first, I just want to once again thank everybody who came out for the Veterans Appreciation Day. Oh my goodness. Thousands of veterans. And it's just amazing how God gives you a vision and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And you just stick with it and then it happens. And then it's just like you imagine, helping people. And it was so good to run into different veterans who said they had went to the one last year that we had. We first had it and then went to this year and they were saying how much they were helped. And I want to give a big shout out to Lincoln Heights Missionary Baptist Church. The Day of Love. Oh my goodness. Pastor Cook and First Lady Cook, you guys and the whole church, all the volunteers, y'all did y'all thing. You know, I got to always give a shout out to Linda Childs Jeter, who is the vice mayor of Lincoln Heights, but she's been with me since Withrow High School, the greatest high school of all time. I just got to say that. I'm sorry. It's the greatest of all time. But it was just so great to be out there. And so many people were there, thousands. I think they had, 3,000 people there. The choir, oh man, under the direction of Dr. Minor, who is also in the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, which I don't know about Dr. David Minor. He also was an outstanding basketball player at Xavier University. I mean, it's just amazing how talented he is. And he's at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame as an influencer. Y'all got to go check it out. And then they got Belinda Lipscomb, who is one of the major lead women singers of Midnight Star. You know that voice. She's in the choir, and it was great seeing her at Lincoln Heights Baptist Church Day of Love. And then we also had DJ Anthony Glover. Thank you, Andy Glover. Thank you, because you do all the line dances, and he's all over the country with his line dances. And last year hosted a line dance down at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. And he's going to bring his national conference back to Cincinnati. I think it's his 5th year. And y'all stay tuned. He's going to have a big line dance day down at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. They got line dancers coming from all over. He's going to do a teaching for free and all of that. It's just going to be amazing. But it was good to see him. He's also a member of Lincoln Heights Baptist Church. Just so many people I saw out there. But when I got out the car, what got me was a gentleman came up to me and said, "Hey, I want to thank you because I came to the Veterans Appreciation. And I want to thank you for what you're doing for the veterans. And I listened to you on the show and I found out about it and it was amazing." And I said, man, thank God it actually did help somebody. And then I walked a little more and the lady said, "You don't know me, but I know you." See, I listened to Alicia Reece Soul Food. And I just want to thank you for all you do. And she said, "I want to thank you for that 513 relief bus." She said, "You don't know how much that bus has helped me in my life." And man, I mean, it was like a testimony. I wanted to shout. But I want to, again, give a big shout out to Lincoln Heights Baptist Church Day of Love. It was just a wonderful, beautiful day. God gave us beautiful weather, and it was all love. Want to give a big shout out to the Lincoln Ware Walking Club. Man, we made history again at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. This time we hosted our first health and wellness day down at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame with the Lincoln Ware Walking Club. And man, I'm talking about buses was pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Buses pulled up. And the Lincoln Ware Walking Club, y'all got to go to our page, go to Cincy Black Music Walk of Fame. I think I'm going to also put it on my Alicia Reece Soul Food page. It was just amazing with them pink shirts, everybody. It was unbelievable. And so, we had a huge crowd on Saturday with the Lincoln Ware Walking Club. Buses were pulling up. They were getting off the buses. And I just want to give a shout out to Lincoln Ware, who is the chair of the committee. But I want to thank him for bringing the Walking Club and the entire Walking Club group, because it's a whole group that put all this together. Of course, his lovely wife, Sharon. Thank you so much. We have now held a wellness day. We got a line dancing. We're getting ready to do our 2nd year line dancing. We done a wellness day. The big thing about the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, yes, we had an induction. Yes, it was phenomenal. Yes, it was fabulous. Yes, it was during Music Fest weekend. But guess what? We're still there. It's permanent. You could go down there. And I just hosted, shout out to my school, Grambling State University. They're playing Ohio State. Now, I love Ohio State football team. I'm a big fan. I'm also a graduate of Grambling State University. It's going to be a tough one. I won't be able to be there with you this weekend because I will be with the Urban League with my sister, Christy Coons, the CEO. I'll be there at the Urban League gala event. And so the game is late and I can't make it back and forth. Can't be two places at one time. I'll catch Grambling in Vegas when they play Jackson State. But good luck, Grambling. Good luck, Ohio State. And, it's going to be a good weekend in Columbus. So wanted to say that. But I had a person, one of my alumni came to town, said, "I'm coming early and I'm coming to Cincinnati." And guess what? He said, "I got to see that Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame." So I got a chance to take him down there. And he said, "This is phenomenal." So shout out to the Grambling State Tiger alumni. Now, mark your calendars next week, y'all. It's big. And this show, I'm dedicating this show to Integrity Banquet and Conference Center. And some of you who listen to me, a lot of you have been there. You knew about it. It started in 1988 by my parents, Stephen and Barbara Reece. They wanted to leave downtown with their advertising agency where they were there for 12 years downtown, and said, "Hey, we're going to go back to the neighborhood." They went to Bond Hill when people had turned their backs on Bond Hill. People said, no way, Bond Hill ain't going nowhere. And I was just in high school. So you can't say, oh, Alicia Reece did. No, I was in high school. And I watched my parents put all of their savings. They didn't have any bank loans. They didn't have these programs that we got now. You know, I got an office of small business at the county. We got programs. They didn't have none of that. No contract compliance, no set asides, nothing. They had to take their own money and invest. And they went back to the neighborhood, took an empty, dilapidated building. Even I looked at it and said, Mama, now, this is Jefferson. The Jefferson's going backwards. we going back to good times. What in the world's going on? And I got a chance to see my parents go from vision to reality. That's why I can do rocks to a Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. And they went in there and it was dilapidated. It was an eyesore. It was all of that. They took their own money, rehabbed it, redeveloped it, and even hired a Black construction company who had only been doing sub work and only had been doing residential, had never gotten commercial because they didn't let Blacks do commercial back then. And they hired Lim Jenkins Construction and took a chance and told the bank, this is what we're going to do. And so they redid it, and my mother did it without any architects and everything. She said, we're going to have a banquet hall downstairs. And the reason they wanted a banquet hall is because they were doing events, Women's Sports Hall of Fame and everything. And once you get going, then all of a sudden the hotel said that date is booked. All of a sudden they go up on the prices. And so they said they wanted to have a banquet facility that the community and people could come to. And it had to be a full service. And so they created what we know as Integrity Hall Banquet and Conference Center. They took a dirt basement, redid it. Mom said it had to be marble floors. Everybody who went there, you knew when you walked in, it was first class. And then upstairs were their offices. And then there was a warehouse on the other side. And they said, we're going to take this empty warehouse and make it into apartments. We're going to take the downstairs empty warehouse and turn that to a daycare. We're going to take the kitchen upstairs and we're going to bring Tone out there and we're going to have a beauty shop. And it went on to have other shops. Tone had passed away. We're going to bring a freestanding ATM because that was a big deal now. Like we go now and get the money like it's nothing. But having an ATM was hard. But they did it with their own money. So then there was another fast forward. They did it for 28 years, had over 3,000 to 4,000 events, weddings, receptions. They had repasses. They had community events. My mother was the designer. There wasn't no social media. She had to do all this. She designed, helped people's weddings, parties, all kinds of attractions. And it was so hard because they said, no way we're going to let a Black-owned banquet facility come in here. They even told all suppliers, do not sell them any chairs and any tables. So we'll have all those stories about Integrity Hall, but I run into so many people say they got memories. So on Friday, September 12th, next Friday is my father's birthday, Dr. Stephen Reece Sr. We're going to be having a special show and a special event. It is free, but you come and order some food. It's going to be on September the 12th. That's next Friday, September the 12th, next Friday. Let me keep saying it. Next Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm going to do my show from Brunch Deluxe. Brunch Deluxe, it just opened in Bond Hill. And you see, we had Integrity Hall. Now we have Brunch Deluxe. And what they had to do, they took an empty eyesore site on California Avenue. And Paul McMillan and his wife put their own money into it to redo it, rehab it. And so it could be something of quality that has a restaurant as well as you can rent it out. And it just reminded me of my parents and what my father started so that it could keep going. So on Friday, I'm going to say it again because I messed up the day. Friday, that's next Friday, September the 12th. That's my father's actual birthday. We're going to have a birthday celebration where my father, Dr. Reece, will be there. You can come and take pictures. We will have a video booth where we want you to share your stories, your memories of Integrity Hall. A lot of y'all tell me about, girl, I had my party there. So-and-so, I met my wife there. Wait a minute, we had our wedding there. Oh, your mom sure did take care of us. We had our repast there. Oh, we had our reunion there. Bring the stories, because we're going to capture them. I'm going to do my show live, start at 12, but we open at 11 a.m. We're going to have some cake. You can have, we got some brunch specials that you'll be able to get. So you get some great food. The food is phenomenal. And we have to make sure we record our history. There's a movement to get rid of our history. So we have to keep starting over. And so now we're going to go back to 1988 when Integrity Hall first opened. And we're moving all the way to 2025 when Brunch Deluxe has opened. Got me? And so we're going to do that. I'm excited to host this with Paul. So what is the date? It is Friday, y'all. 11 a.m. to noon. 11 a.m. to noon. We're on California Avenue. We're in Bond Hill. We want you to come out. Dr. Reece, we're going to celebrate Dr. Reece's legacy. He will be 78 years young. 78 years young. So come on out. You can get a picture with him. But I wanted to record tell us what was it like. And then I want you to see the new facility in Bond Hill. Brunch Deluxe. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. And so on the line, we're going to go all the way to California Avenue to Brunch Deluxe. Let's pull them up. Paul, are you on the line?
I'm here, Commissioner. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I know we're excited to come back. I done been there. I done spent money. We done ate. The food is good. The grits is jumping out the building. And the fried chicken is amazing. The waffles is, I don't even know what to do. You got the Paul special. You got all this going on. I mean, I don't know what, I got to taste the macaroni and cheese. Now, this is for real. This is Alicia Reece Soul Food. So when I bring the show, Paul, I'm going to have to taste test all these. I'm going to have to taste your macaroni and cheese. I'm going to have to taste some of your other items. And so I can give a full review.
That sounds like a plan. We're going to put it all together. We're so excited to be able to host and really contribute to the memory of Integrity Hall and contribute to, your father turning 78 years old. We have to really grab onto and embrace these moments when we can. Tomorrow's not promised. We know he's done so much for our city. Your parents done so much for our city and bringing Integrity Hall, all that they brought to Bond Hill in the city of Cincinnati. Now, me, my wife and I, our family, we trying to do the same thing and be a community hub where people can just come, they can eat good food, or if they want something, they want some fried chicken, we have that. If they want an acai bowl, we have that. If they want to have something after their wedding, if they want to have a bridal shower or repasses, we've done it all here so far, and we're so happy to be able to serve the community and be here. So we're honored to be able to allow you all to come in. It's a privilege for us to be able to help celebrate Dr. Reece's birthday and to share some history of Integrity Hall and share a little history about the city of Cincinnati and what we're trying to do here at Brunch Deluxe.
I'm excited. You have been a coach, and your wife also continue to be a business owner in the Bond Hill area, has a daycare, investing, like you said, your own resources, redid that whole place. It looks just phenomenal. And for me, every time I come there to eat, it just reminds me, takes me back to my teenage days when I used to watch my parents. And when y'all had the ribbon cutting and was out there, and I said, man, this just reminds me of what mom and dad tried to do. You know what I'm saying? And I know my mom's looking and she'd be smiling down, and my dad is saying, yes, I brought him over. He said, this is what we're talking about. And it's not easy. So he understands that journey. We've got to support as well. Can you hear me?
Ma'am, and yes, ma'am. Just listening. We're excited. We're excited, and everything that you're saying is right on point. Obviously, me growing up with your younger brother and playing ball, I know a lot about Integrity Hall. I had the chance to go over there several times when we were younger. It's just amazing how 20, 30 years later, we can be being able to put another community hub right here in the community so that everyone has the opportunity to do and feel a part of what we're trying to do. Other than outside of Brunch Deluxe, we're doing the daycare the next street over. And we actually a little further up the street right here in Bond Hill, we actually just this week got the keys to another daycare that we'll be able to provide up next to Yakitori on Hamilton Ave on Reading Road. So we're trying to make sure that we cover the community, that we take care of our children and the families in the community. Brunch Deluxe is going to start doing some nutrition programs and offering some different things for kids. We also are partnering with a couple people with Simpy's Inc., doing some AI. So we're trying to carry on that tradition of integrity, of community building, of making sure we take care and serve people, which is our calling, what God brought us here to do. So that's what we're doing.
Well, we're excited. Yes, we're excited. So next Friday, September the 12th, we're going to kick off at 11 a.m. Now, my show will go live at noon, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You guys stop by, get something. It's going to be great food, great time. And Dr. Reece, 78 years, he just found out on this show now that we're doing this because surprise that we're doing this.
And Commissioner, we're going to make sure we have the greens. We'll make sure we have the sweet potatoes. We'll make sure we have the macaroni in addition to all of the brunch and lunch and other items we have. We'll make sure that soul food platter is available next Friday.
I love it. So we'll be there. Give them the address so people know where we're going on next Friday, September the 12th.
So Brunch Deluxe is on the corner of California and Oakdale, closer to the paddock end of California. We're at 1241 California Avenue. You can't miss it. We take up the whole block. It's a huge blue and yellow building, blue and gold building. You can't miss us.
Can't miss us. We'll be out there. Dr. Reece will be there. Alicia Reece Soul Food will be there. Paul. And I just love how you have all the family working. And I'm happy that your son is going to be with Grambling State University basketball.
Yep, he'll be with, and he'll graduate. I believe he's going to graduate from Grambling actually in December, if not April. He has enough credits. So, yep, he'll be an alum just like you, Mr. Commissioner.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Love it, love it, love it. All right, Paul, we'll see you out there. We'll bring it everybody up, calling everybody, tell everybody all over the churches, everything, the announcements, the Masons, the Shriners, the Eastern Stars, everything. We'll be there. Dr. Stephen Reece Sr.'s birthday celebration and Integrity Hall reunion. People say, man, I remember Integrity Hall. Come on, it's a reunion, and we're doing it at Brunch Deluxe. Thanks, Paul. We'll see you. See you soon.
Thanks. See you soon, Commissioner.
Thank you. So we're at Brunch Deluxe. I got to get that address. If we'll put it in the chat, the address for Brunch Deluxe, so that everybody knows where we're going to be. I know we got some other callers. I don't know if Carol's on from Blossoms, but I know she just hit me up. And get your stories. We're going to record it. We cannot let our history just erase. And if it does get erased, it's our fault. We can't depend on someone else to tell our stories. We got to tell our own stories. And so Integrity Hall was a big deal. The Reece and Reece Executive Suites was a big deal. And to have a commercial property like that, a commercial, back then they only gave you home loans, but to come in with a commercial property. And at that time, the Cincinnati Gardens was still up. So that was a big place to go and to have it and rehab it. And my parents, but even me, I looked at it and said, man, I don't know how they're going to do what? Are they crazy? That's what I was thinking. And they put their heart and soul in it. Dr. Stephen Reece Sr. said, we going to the neighborhood. And we're going to get this building. And wow, 28 years. It kept going for 28 years, which is a big deal. 28 years. Now, the address for Friday, September the 12th. Friday, September the 12th. We're going to be located at 1241 California Avenue. 1241 California Avenue, Brunch Deluxe. And they've got soul food. Brunch mean they got breakfast and they got dinner, lunch. So they've got something on the menu for you. I'm going to come with the cake. Don't worry about it. It's on me. I got cake for you. And Dr. Reece will be there. But we've got to, if you was ever at Integrity Hall, if you ever had an event at Integrity Hall, if you ever went for a community event at Integrity Hall, if you were a youth group, like Paul said, he went there as a youth. Well, my brother was a youth, and that's when they were helping. We had meetings for basketball teams and baseball teams. If you ever did that, if you ever had a business that you said, man, I got an opportunity because of Integrity Hall, we want to hear from you. On the line, let's go to Carol Blossoms, one of the top florists in the whole city. Miss Carol.
Yes, I'm here. Hello, hello.
How are you doing? I know you're on a wedding set and everything. I appreciate you calling in. But a lot of people don't know your connection to Integrity Banquet Hall. I know my mother was like, we got to open this hall so we could give opportunities to Black businesses because we couldn't get in the hotels and all that back in the day.
And we was there just about every weekend for events, from weddings to repasts. So when you had the thing for Reggie Williams, that was one of the biggest things that I remember. And it was just wonderful, always coming in. Everything was just always laid out perfect. I love working with Barbara.
Well, I appreciate it. We're going to have a big birthday celebration with Dr. Stephen Reece Sr., who had the vision, and Integrity Hall reunion. Now, when you started, you are super talented and creative, but you were working out of your home at that time.
I was, and she gave me, Integrity Hall gave me the platform where I was able to do big things. I was always doing little weddings here and there, but when they called, they made me think out of the box. So it was just a wonderful time to work in our community with such a great venue. And that's something that we don't have a lot of right now, places like Integrity Hall. I really miss it.
Wow. And it is just like you were like part of the family. Now, you talked about Reggie Williams. And for those who, she said it real quick, Reggie Williams, former NFL football player, went on to be on city council, then left. The event that you did at Integrity Hall was a goodbye because he was on his way to Disney World to create Wide World of Sports. So when people go to the Wide World of Sports, he was the first person to help launch that at Disney World. So he was on his way to Disney World, and there was a reception at Integrity Hall Banquet and Conference Center, and Black owned. And then you came in as a florist, Black owned, and you said that was one of your biggest events.
It was one of my biggest events there. We had plants and fountains. It was just, I don't think I've ever done anything that I thought was so beautiful. And, Barbara spearheaded that because she said she wanted it to be over the top. And I think we achieved that. And like I said, we were there just about every weekend doing something from balloons to flowers to just going in, setting up. And it really gave me a great start from what I'm doing now.
Well, I think that's amazing. And I appreciate you calling in. We're trying to capture these stories because someone else is out there who they may say you can't do it, but you can do it. And out of Integrity Hall, a lot of businesses was able to continue to flourish and get other opportunities, which is what, they always wanted for everybody to have other opportunities. But, when I think about it, I said, wow, I remember you were, like you said, you were in your house. Then you got Integrity Hall, you were doing it. And now you're all over the place. You at the Kenwood Country Club today doing stuff.
Yeah, we're up here. We're in Western Hills Country Club.
Western Hills. Okay.
Yes, and then we're gonna from there we're gonna be tomorrow over in Wyoming Civic Center and Wyoming Woodlawn Banquet Center. So love is alive in this city, and that's a good thing.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it. Next Friday, I don't know. I know you get busy. If you could stop by, we're going to be at Brunch Deluxe right there on California Avenue. And we're going to have Integrity Hall reunion and birthday celebration of Dr. Reece. If you could even stop by for a second, we appreciate it. Starts at 11, between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Friday, next Friday.
Well, thank you, and thank your family for this opportunity that just continues to grow.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
And I'm so proud of you. Don't let me forget to say that before I hang up. I am so proud of you, and I know your mom is smiling at you.
Oh,
thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. You've been knowing me since I was little. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for calling. And y'all heard it. Y'all know Blossoms does not play. And so we appreciate the story about how Integrity Hall played a role. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Have a blessed day.
You too. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, y'all. Friday. Y'all come by Friday. Brunch Deluxe. Brunch Deluxe. I hope y'all are sharing this show. I'm asking everybody to share, and share. Please share this show and get everybody out. We want everybody out this coming Friday. This coming Friday, we want everyone to come out and check out and say happy birthday to my father. 78 years. This wasn't his first business, wasn't his last business. We're celebrating his legacy, but Integrity Banquet and Conference Center, first Black-owned banquet facility of its kind in Cincinnati history. Then he had the Reece Apartments. He redeveloped. They always talk about mixed-use development. He been doing it. Empty warehouse, apartments upstairs, downstairs, daycare, offices upstairs, beauty salon. He created an entrepreneurship center, and then we had a place to go, Integrity Banquet and Conference Center. We had even the radio show. Those who are watching online, we had this is not my first radio show. We had Reece and Reece. We had radio broadcasts at Integrity Hall. So what we're doing now, we're going to be now going into 2025 now, and we had Brunch Deluxe in Bond Hill. And you heard Paul said as a teenager, he was at Integrity Hall at one of the leadership things and the sports things. And it impacted him. And now, fast forward, he never knew one day him and his wife going to have a place, Brunch Deluxe. Isn't that amazing? So that's what we're going to be talking about. That's what we're going to be doing. September the 12th. It's my father's birthday. He'll be 78 years young. I like to say young. And he'll get to see that his pioneering has impacted, made an impact. We're going to go to the lines. We got Mr. Robert Humphreys on the phone. Mr. Humphreys.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Reece.
Good afternoon.
Fine. Just giving a call in to your father there, Stephen Reece, in regards to, his foundation of the Integrity Hall.
Yes.
I had fond memories, of your dad and your mom, when Integrity Hall, first came to be, which was in 1988. I was at the grand opening there, a ceremony out there in Bond Hill. And,
yeah.
And I recollected was, one of the first, Black-owned, banquet hall facilities, in the city there. And
yes.
And I can go back to Communiplex.
Communiplex, man.
Communiplex, when your dad has founded Communiplex and promoting Aaron Pryor's first fight, as well, professional fight. And the Communiplex and Integrity Hall was good to the community. I recall being a tenant there, with the Miss Black Cincinnati pageant. I had my offices there, and the facility gave us an opportunity to to hold auditions and hold our rehearsals there every week, and also supporting and promoting the pageant, you know, and it was always your mom. She always was a perfectionist about having, you know, the hall decorated, whatever you wanted. Whenever an event came in there, the New Year's Eve parties were, you know, were wonderful, and everything was just the food, the catering, everything. The parking was nice, and everything that your dad and mom did with Integrity Hall stood out above all, like during a time period, you know, that it was under supervision and management. And I recall going to other community events there that people held, and it was always, you know, a great place to go out to in the community to socialize, you know, and to see and support each other in the community. Even the basketball, the youth basketball tournaments, you know, that you had there on the grounds, you know.
Yeah, we did a, people don't understand, we did a 3-on-3. When I came over college, I had all these ideas, and I was like, we had a 3-on-3 basketball tournament on our parking lot.
Right, on your parking lot.
Yes, right there at the building of Alicia Reece Executive Suites. And like you said, Miss Black Cincinnati and Miss Black Teen Cincinnati, you RLH pageants, you had your headquarters there. Had an actual office that was there. Yeah.
My headquarters and offices was out of Integrity Hall, you know, facility there. And like I said, it was great for us. And I've always been so appreciative, you know, to your dad and mom, you know, for us being a part, you know, of Integrity Hall. Not only that, another fond memory I had when I had my, you know, private investigator license, security guard provider license. I recall Dad calling me up. You had a young presidential candidate by the name of Reverend Jesse Jackson that was a front runner, you know, for the president in 1988, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And I got an opportunity, you know, to pick Reverend Jesse Jackson up at the airport, bringing him in to speak. And one of the speaking engagements were at Integrity Hall. Because of your dad, you know, allowed me that time, you know, to do that job. And it was a wonderful event that he came there and spoke at Integrity Hall as presidential candidate.
And packed it out. I mean, we've had Integrity Hall had 3 presidential candidates can you imagine that, at a Black-owned banquet facility?
That's right.
And like you said, and you could come. The community we had so many free events for the community. Free events. You know, we had, you know, we even had when you talked about, like you said, the boxing. I remember Air Pryor coming back at, you know, older, and we had an event at Integrity Hall for the new boxer they were going to have over at the Gardens, and we had the official event, and we've had the Legal Wear Holiday Extravaganza. You know, I was working for Lincoln. I brought that, had that at Integrity Hall, and put the formula together, and we created what now is the Holiday Extravaganza, and it was just a place where everybody could participate and come in all the different events. And so what we're trying to do, Mr. Humphreys, is I'm trying to document the history. And so on next Friday, and I hope you can make it, we're celebrating the legacy of Dr. Stephen Reece Sr., his life in terms of 78 years. And we're going to be capturing what you just said. We're going to get you on tape. We're going to capture the history of Integrity Hall Banquet and Conference Center. We're going to be at Brunch Deluxe in Bond Hill. I remember people turning their back on Bond Hill. I remember getting beat up because I said I'm standing up for Bond Hill. Now all of a sudden, that, you know, so Bond Hill, we're going to have it at the Brunch Deluxe, and you come on by. So I love for you, your lovely wife, to come on by, because you guys are part of the whole family. And that's going to be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and we'll be at Brunch Deluxe. So I hope you can join us.
All right, Commissioner Reece.
All right. I'll see you next Friday.
Sounds good, Dad. You take care.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, put it on your calendars. Spread the word, because I can't reach everybody that was at Integrity Hall. We talk about almost 5,000 events. If you know somebody, come on out. If you haven't never been to Integrity Hall, you come out and find out about Integrity Hall. Come on out and look at the new Brunch Deluxe and be able to support another Black-owned business. But, you know, this is something that I think is super important because a lot of times we do stuff, we start all over. And you never know when you're impacting someone. You never know. Like Paul said, he was at Integrity Hall with my brother, teenagers, basketball players, and sitting there learning, oh my gosh, about Integrity Hall. Okay, listen, guys, I got to take a quick break because a surprise has entered the building. We got Coach Steve Reece, and Steve Reece Sr. has heard me say he going to have a birthday, and they done come into the studio to invade it. So we got to get the studio together so we get everybody on. Give me a second. Hey, we're live. The words that describe my father is from the bottom up because nobody gave him anything. He's our GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Whenever I need somebody to tell me the truth, he's the person that I go to.
I figured out a long time ago that the greatest profession of all time is ownership.
I don't think your dad's afraid of anybody.
He was always there to support us.
Probably the closest thing I can think of to being self-made.
From the bottom up, the Dr. Stephen Reece Sr. story, produced and directed by Alicia Reece, available on YouTube.
It started with just rocks. So we said, give us the rocks. And the rocks is now going to be an international tourism attraction.
For somebody to put some time into it like that, you got to be real. That's a big sacrifice to step out by yourself.
I dedicated 5 years in getting this to go from vision to reality. We needed to have public and private partnership.
All I saw was a bunch of rocks. I'm like, how you gonna put a Walk of Fame right here?
For 20 years, we've been trying to figure out what to do with that particular lot.
What in the world? Like, it's just rocks, Commissioner Reece. So I'm like, what, they building a what? You doing what? What is this? What is she doing?
Just listening to Alicia tell me how it's gonna be, I'm like, we can never make this happen.
Commissioner Alicia Reece had her ups and downs during this entire process. She even had to have knee surgery.
God prepared me for this journey, and I didn't even know it a long time ago.
Commissioner Reece told me, go to Kinko's and print off a flyer. And I mean, this is the morning of.
People from all over the world will come here and understand the stories behind our legends and our icons. We created the culture. It came from right here.
Okay, y'all, we're back. And I told you I was talking about Dr. Stephen Reece. And guess what happened? The studio got invaded. Guess who's here? We got all the Reeces. I got to get my camera so I can get all of us on here. It's Dr. Reece there. We might want to, can I move my thing back? We're going to get all three of us on here because my camera is really, it's going to get it together here. Squeeze in because we're.
I'm in.
Are you in? Okay, Steve.
Steve.
Get in. There we go. All right. Steve, come on in a little bit more. Okay. Is that better? We get it together. Now y'all see what that streaming, what's that guy named? Kanai, whatever his stuff is. When you're streaming, everything is live. Okay, everybody. We're on the radio, 103.1 FM. We're on the radio, 1050 AM, 2 radio stations. We're on 3 platforms. We're on We're on Facebook, 2 Facebook pages. We're on YouTube. But in the studio, I announced it, Daddy. You having a birthday party. We're
Yep.
going to do it on the air. It's going to be next week on your birthday, the 12th. We're going to do it at Brunch Deluxe. We're doing it in Bond Hill. You got a flyer. We got a flyer up for you. We're going to broadcast my show live.
Wow.
We're going to have a cake. We're going to have people come and give their testimonies about Integrity Hall.
Wow.
Because Integrity Hall started it for 28 years. And Paul was on, your good friend, Coach Reece. Coach Paul was on, and he was saying that he went to Integrity Hall with you when y'all was teenagers.
Yeah.
And he saw what our dad did and mom did, and now him and his wife got a spot, and they're doing it in Bond Hill, keeping it going. The baton has been passed and keeping it going. So we got that next week. But Coach Reece done flew in. So the Reece, this is a heck of a show. Coach Reece.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome back out of Florida, man. It's basketball. What's going on?
Not much. Just enjoying the process and enjoying everything, taking everything day by day.
Day by day. Well, let me say this. First of all, you know I got to know how my nephew doing. LSU, we getting ready. LSU, what you gonna do?
He's doing good. I talked to him last night. He's doing good. He's excited, getting ready for the season.
Yeah, Jalen Reece. Now, we were just down in Florida for my niece, her baby shower. We got a baby girl coming. But when we got down there, we started rolling chairs and tables because she had this beautiful concept, and my sister-in-law Karen, everybody's going. But it reminded me back at Integrity Hall. We had tables going, tablecloths, decorations, food.
Yeah, we actually was talking about that. Yeah, was actually talking about that.
They asked her, they said, the coach know anything about this? I said, man, we came from Integrity Hall. We always had to put the tables and the chairs out. Well, I wanted to ask you this, Dr. Reece, you got a birthday coming up. And you'll be 78 years young. And, you know, you have a lot of legacy. I mean, we're part of your legacy. You did a lot in sports. So you got, you know, coach. Now you got a son, a big time coach. Got folks in the NBA and everything. You're in politics. You got a daughter that's, you know, taking it to the next level in the political world that you were in. And you started at the city. You was in recreation. You got a daughter that done took it, the first woman to have her position in the history of recreation. I mean, what do you have to say?
Well, I'm extremely proud, and I just want to thank God for allowing me to live long enough to see each one of you all become very, very successful. I've been an entrepreneur, diversified entrepreneur, all my life, and I had to go out and start up my own thing and try to put it together and make it happen. And basically, I had you all go around, but you all have taken it to a whole nother level. I started in politics as a assistant to Cincinnati's first black mayor, Theodore Berry, and now you are Hamilton County Commissioner, former president. I did a lot of sports promotions with teams and everything, and my son has got the top AU teams in the country. Then put in high school, I won the state championship in Florida, and he got players he's putting in college, and his son has gotten a scholarship to LSU, big time. And then Tiffany, I was a part-time worker at recreation early on, trying to make it, take care of everybody, and as a second job. And she is now as one of the operators. And I've always had to invest my own money, or figure a way how to make a way out of no way. And I always prayed, and God has let me come this far and do a lot of things. I've had 3 businesses. Operation Step Up, which was at 515 Mellish. I started way back in 1968. And then I came back with Communiplex Services in 1976 down at 35 East 7th Street for 12 years. And then 28 years I did Integrity Hall, which we had banquet hall and offices and everything else. And each spot that I went to, no one believed in me and believed that it could do it, but except, Barbara, my wife. Everybody thought I was crazy and, what is he trying to do? And I didn't have a set aside program. There wasn't any contract compliance, or there wasn't any of these minority programs people had. I had to scuffle some kind of way to put up my own money and take the risk. And I remember my mother crying when I bought the big old building out in Bond Hill. She said, "What in the world you gonna do with this building, Steve? Have you gone crazy?" And I said, "Mama, I see a banquet hall, I see apartments, I see daycare center, I see a beauty shop." She said, "Look, go downtown and get them people them keys back, and come on out of here." She said, "Because you're comfortable downtown on 735 East 7th Street with Communiplex." She said, "That's a tremendous thing." But anyway, we turned it around, and I want to thank all the people that supported us at Integrity Hall, and we gave a lot of people a lot of jobs, opportunity. A lot of people, had events there and was able to socialize. We went against the odds because I was totally boycotted in Cincinnati. They were going to try to, put me out of business because they said I was in the wrong location because I was up near the Cincinnati Gardens. And the Cincinnati Gardens didn't want me up there, and some other folks didn't want black up there. And they were determined to put me out of business. They wouldn't give me chairs and tables and nothing else. And so I had to go home and try to twist and turn and pray, and got a chance to figure out how to do it. And God showed us what to do. And one day I'm going to tell that story because that's why I know how Cincinnati and politics. I know about politics. I was with Ted Berry, and I know what, and I can see. And when I see you doing what you're doing with the Black Music, Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, man, I mean, I'm just, it's fantastic. And then I go to Florida and see my son in the Peach Bowl and Hawaii Bowl, and he done went to Detroit, and he done, graduated from Kentucky State in basketball and masters and all that, man. I just said, dang. I said, God, I didn't get a chance to do those things, but he let me see y'all do it. And I'm appreciative of it, and that's a blessing in itself. And then a lot of people that ran around with me, they're not around anymore. A lot of them have passed, and they don't, and for me to still be going, still be standing, still be trying, still be twisting and turning, trying to figure out. And I'm just so happy that the location that you're taking it to makes sense to me, because I always wanted to go back to our community and do something for our community. And hotels boycott us, and I want Steve to talk, but and I'm gonna stop.
He got a book. First of all, we got to get a book out. I mean, first of all, what we have been through as a family is just remarkable. But Coach Reece, let me ask you this: some of the things that you learned from, because I take some of the things that I learned from my dad, and when we go out there, everybody say, "Dad, you sound like." Tell us about some of the techniques growing up that you now use as in your life as a leader and leading young players.
I mean, one is never accept no. That no matter what people say or do, it's all on you to wake up and change the channel. And that's what I tell our boys every day. And that's why we the Florida Rebels. It ain't like we just made up a name. Like, we rebels, we gonna take it. Right? And that's our mentality. And and that's the mentality you got to have to be successful. Nobody care how you feel about your emotions and nothing like that. If you don't like it, change the channel. And that's just the mentality that we grew up with. We workers. We don't need handouts. We'll create a way out of no way. And that's been my mindset every day. If we accepted what everybody thought or said, we none of us would be nowhere. But not accepting no for an answer and then getting up every day to be the best version of yourself. That's the mentality that got me to this point right now. So all of us got a story. I mean, everybody got a story. You know what I mean? So, it's about legacy, watching my our dad and mom grow up and how they raised us. And he's still writing his legacy. And that's that's every day I wake up is like, I want to add to my legacy. That's the reason I haven't left Oak Ridge High School, Nike, because I'm not about to go chase nobody else's legacy when I got my own legacy. So I'm still writing my book. So
yeah. Now, don't you see it as the entrepreneurial? Our parents were entrepreneurial, and no matter what, it's like our lives, we're entrepreneurial. You, me, Tiffany, no matter what we're working in, we're entrepreneurial. We got ideas, we make the ideas happen, we get results, because that was always demanded. A lot of people got ideas, but they don't go after them. And then a lot of people don't get results. Tell us about how growing up with entrepreneurial parents kind of helped us shape who we are.
I mean, that's basically who we are. I mean, it's my son actually. He went in business. Even in high school, that was his major in high school, entrepreneurship, and I gave him the rundown. But that's just who we are. I don't. It's hard working for somebody when we see. You can't blame anybody. If you're entrepreneurship, if you're entrepreneur, it's all on you. What you bring to the table is what you create. If you don't create nothing, then nothing coming to the table, and that's how we were raised.
Wow. Well, Dr. Reece, you got a birthday. It's next Friday, and we invite everybody to come out 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Stop by. Get a picture with Dr. Reece. We're going to do my show, Alicia Reece Soul Food. Paul, we're going to be tasting the soul food. We're tasting, brother. We tasting. They got great food out there. We're tasting. We're going back to the Bond Hill. You got so many parts of Dr. Reece. You won't get it all next week. That's why you got to go get the documentary, From the Bottom Up, the Dr. Stephen Reece Sr. story. And you can learn about all the different points of them. But Integrity Hall, I don't think we've had enough on. So many people stop us. I was at your hall. I had a wedding. We had a family reunion. We had all this. We need to capture it. And we're going to capture those stories. Come bring your stories of Integrity Hall. Somebody told me they're going to bring some pictures. They had some pictures that they are going to bring. So bring them on. Meet us at Brunch Deluxe. Coach Reece, are we ready this season? What we got?
Yeah, we're gonna be ready. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see all our boys play in college. Definitely excited to see my son play.
Tell them what colleges they at.
I mean, they everywhere. From this last class: Florida, Tennessee, LSU, Sanford, Providence. I mean, they all over. So
and that's a legacy.
Yeah, I'm excited. Excited to be on the other side of the court watching Jalen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm actually looking forward to that.
We gotta have Jalen Reece, NIL, and everything. We're ready. Dr. Reece, we'll have more from you next week. And this is a great surprise. Oh my God.
Come on.
The two great men in my life. All right, everybody.
We've had over 2,000 people go through and have events at Integrity Hall from 1988 to 2015.
Yeah. They're getting me off the air. We're going to talk about it next week. There's actually more than 2,000, almost 5,000 people come through. But we're going to talk all about that next week at Brunch Deluxe. We'll see you there, 11 a.m. Peace.